Hello, and welcome to another Win Daily Sports Show. My name is Michael Raziel. I got my man Ghost here with me, and might have said the 12.29 slate, but I promise you we are going over the 12.30 NBA slate. Only a couple days left in this wretched year that we call 2020, so very excited to get going. Not that I think too much is going to change in the early 2021, but it's positivity. It is positivity. Make sure to go to windailysports.com/chat. You get 7 free days in our expert Discord chat. Make sure to hop over and hang out with us. That is what we are here for. We're here to help you make some money. You can sign up for Win Daily Sports NBA season pass for only 2 more days. It goes away soon. $150, all NBA season. You get everything included for NBA, for NFL, for MLB, for NASCAR, for PGA, literally everything you need. We have it all here for you. And make sure to follow Ghost because he's a good follow on Twitter at DFS_Ghost. Ghost man, how you doing today?
Doing well, bro. Doing well. One last day tomorrow before we hit the long weekend, so gonna be nice. Looking forward to this slate. It's nice to, not have a 13 game slate back-to-back days or anything like that. So we, know that we absolutely love those kind of slates.
We do love it.
These ones are fun to break down. This is fun because when we're talking about planting our flag, it gets even tougher on these smaller slates. So you'll love to see it. Looking forward to this one.
I am looking forward to it as well. I'm actually, let me throw a little like there. Somebody's calling you Poppy in the chat, Ghost. So I don't know. Are you no, okay. Let me just throw this over in the Discord chat for all of our good friends so that way they can come hang out with us because we love the questions. Ask us questions. We are literally here. We do this for you. We do it because we love it, but we do this for you. Man, I am just a struggle bus today, but we're getting to it. And mother effer sent. Okay, whatever. I'm out. Doesn't matter. We're here to have fun. We're here to do this. Let's rock and roll. We got a nice little 6-gamer here tonight. It should be fun. There's some rematches, which I think is pretty cool because the NBA is trying to make less travel. So you're seeing, again, Milwaukee and Miami. I don't know if you guys watched that game last night. I actually ended up watching the last 5 minutes because I put a live bet on the under, and I was like, there's no way this can not hit. And I start sweating with like 30 seconds left. Like, holy shit, if he hits this 3, I'm not going to get this under. But thankfully, the under hit. And that is how you make games fun. So, Ghostman, let's start off with the easy one. Boston and Memphis. We currently have Boston favored by 6 at home. We all know it's very unfortunate Ja Morant is going to be out about 3 to 5 weeks, which really does suck because he is absolutely awesome. So it's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. We move forward, but really what that says to me is there's going to be some value to be found. I was checking out the projection model a little earlier before we hopped on. There's a couple guys that pop off tonight, so I'm excited to hear it. How do you feel about this game?
They're mainly attacking the value pieces and one player in the mid-range here. Massive Q tag sitting right there beside the one and only Duke Blue Devil in Jason Tatum. So that's something to really keep an eye on before we fully analyze this game. I mean, I can talk about this one alone for 30 minutes, but realistically that could go completely out the window depending on if Jason Tatum gets ruled in or ruled out. If he gets ruled in, it's a smash spot for him. He's severely underpriced. There are a couple studs out in that price range that are drawing some very questionable ownership on the slate, in my opinion. I'm not finding myself having to get too different from the chalk value because the players that I like in the mid-range and in the upper tier are ones that are just going completely unknown, despite it only being a 6-game slate, which kind of surprised me. Usually it's the other way around where the studs are in smash spots and they pull all the ownership, and then you gotta find these funky value plays. But tonight's slate is not like that at all. So one of those studs that you get different with it is definitely Jason Tatum if he plays. That being said, I believe it's a finger injury, so definitely not one that you like to see in basketball. That's for sure. Basketball and football probably the two hardest ones, and obviously being in Canada, I got to mention hockey too. Very hard to wear a hockey glove with a finger injury. So, but especially you're shooting the basketball, not being able to grip it properly. A little bit of concern there, but obviously if he plays, he's going to be a full go. At 8,600, he's definitely somebody that'll catch my eye. And considering he has this injury news surrounding him, likely to keep his ownership down. So Something to keep an eye on, monitoring up to lock. Don't really have too much just yet because we are still just under 2 hours out, actually. So just make sure to monitor that. One guy that I do love in this mid-range is Jonas Valenciunis. So with Jean Brown out, I'm expecting Jonas Valenciunis to have a severe uptick in usage on the offensive end. I mentioned Miles Turner in my GBP article yesterday against this Boston front court. Got him at under 1% owned. I believe it was like 0.6 or 0.7% ownership on yesterday's slate, and he still put up 40 DK. So for a guy like that has probably 1/10 of the offensive upside of Jonas Valanciunas against his front court, Tristan Thompson's already been ruled out on the other side for Boston. Now you're going up against Robert Williams and Daniel Tice. J-Val's going to be able to do whatever he wants on that offensive end. So look for him to get a comfortable 12 rebounds in this game, if not more. And I'd be pretty disappointed if he didn't put up at least 15 points there. A couple defensive stats, probably an assist or two, nothing too crazy because it's not like he has too many shooters to kick it out to in the post. But J-Val at 7,700 is someone that's severely underpriced considering he's going to be rolling out without John Morant. Tyus Jones, Dylan Brooks, Kyle Anderson, all these guys are going to get usage bumps. Brandon Clark off the bench as well with Ja out. Tyus Jones is probably the guy that I'm somewhat comfortable playing in cash only because of his ownership. It's ridiculously high right now. We're trending into the 40% range. It's a terrible matchup for him. Like I understand he's filling in for Ja, and that's the thing with MEDA DFS is that the chalk is not always good chalk, meaning that the players that are coming in seriously high owned are not exactly smash plays. And one of those for me tonight is Tyus Jones. Can he hit value? Yeah, absolutely. I just don't foresee him getting 40 plus DK points and being that guy that's going to be able to win us a tournament tonight. Going up against Marcus Smart on defense, quietly like a top 10 defender in this NBA league. So for me, Tyus Jones is going to be a hard pass, especially at that 40% ownership. Not only am I getting different with the studs, but at 5,200, he's not somebody that I could foresee to be able to get 40 plus DK unless this game gets out of hand and he ends up getting some garbage time. But you can't be building lineups based on that. That's always a recipe for disaster. Then the couple gems that the model absolutely loves right now, and it's kind of trending towards Jason Tatum being out. So sometimes this thing knows news before we actually get it. So Robert Williams is popping along with Jeff Teague and another point guard that we're going to go scroll even further down there in a little bit. But talking a little bit about Robert Williams, he's that offensive punch. So we saw what the 1-2 combo of him and Daniel Tice was able to present for Boston. Daniel Tice is kind of that guy that's a little bit more solid on the glass and a bit of a bigger body, but Robert Williams is that scorer that can be there. So outside of J-Val on the offensive end, he's not exactly the most elite defensive player either. And then you have Brandon Clark coming off the bench. Those are matchups that Robert Williams is going to be able to exploit. And at only $4,100, he's somebody that I'm looking at the value point per dollar perspective at the center position tonight, as well as Pritchard. So Pritchard is that guy at $3,400, extremely volatile. But the minutes are there. He's creeping into the 20-plus range now. 4 years of college. He's somebody that brings a bit more experience to this rookie class rather than I don't even want to say LaMelo Ball because even him, he has quite a bit of experience playing overseas and whatnot. So, but when we're talking about these one and done type of college players, Pritchard is not that guy. He played 4 years at Oregon. Like he brings that level of experience that, you know what, he's a bit more of a veteran compared to the rookies that are entering this class with him, right? So he's a guy that has a pretty decent shot from behind the arc. And if Jason Tatum sits out, they're going to need somebody to score. Jeff Teague is going to be that value guy that could dish the rock, but they're going to need that scorer outside of Jalen Brown. Pritchard can be that GBP flyer that we get at sub 5% ownership when we're talking in that $3,000 to $3,500 range, and we need these punts to be able to afford a couple studs that I'm going to be talking about in the next game. He's one of my guys that's on my radar tonight.
I love it. I also just wanted to read a text message that I got from Ghost earlier today. Valenciunis over 29.5 PRA, smash it. Then we sent gifts back and forth. I did the Hulk. I can't remember what you put. I put some Canadian flags, and we had a good old time this afternoon.
29.5, smash it.
29.5. It's a little juicy, but whatever. We're still here to smash it. I can't find my clear button.
We're here for the overs. We're always
exactly. We're here for the overs, guys. Come on. We're here for some fun. We want points. I told you already. I bet the under on that Milwaukee Miami game with It's like 5 minutes left, and they were 30 points away from the under. I was like, it's impossible for them to hit this. Immediately, they go out and hit like 2 threes. They all get freaking free throws, and I'm just sitting there just biting my fingernails. Thankfully, it did. And
proof that it's no fun betting unders.
It's true. It's not. Proof. It's not. I'm not rooting for fun. And I want to root for fun. I want to root for points. It's ridiculous. We're gonna get this game in a second, but Tyler has a question. Is Luca too expensive at 11.4 on Fanduel?
Yes.
Ghost, I am doing the jiggy with it gift dance while spectating.
Yeah, jiggy with it.
Love it.
There you go.
Love it. If you have any questions, please send them over. This is literally why we are here, people. We do this for you. Let's move on. Again, it's a little bit later tonight. Obviously, it's 5:45 right now, but the slate doesn't actually start till 7:30, so we have a couple minutes to get all the extra news. This game, Atlanta and Brooklyn. Brooklyn -6 at home. Over-under sits at 239. Jesus Christ. God damn, that's a number that I like to see. Ghost, I guess, is everyone in play with that big of a friggin' number?
Yeah, you want as many pieces from this game as possible without letting it get too much out of hand there. Obviously, don't go nuts and go 4 pieces from each side and then just completely cap the upside of your lineup. But this is by far our favorite game for the Win Daily staff tonight, and rightfully so. Yes.
Quick question. Why is Kevin Durant at 8,400?
So that's exactly what I'm talking about. So that when we're talking about chalk players and me playing studs that are low owned, how is Bam Adebayo pulling 3 to 4 times? Not 3 to 4%, 3 to 4 times the ownership that Kevin Durant is?
That's insane.
Like, this to me is the most auto lock on the entire slate. If an $8,400 Kevin Durant does not get me there tonight, I'm gonna sleep like a baby, because I would make that decision 364 days out of 365 because he's gonna sit one timeout for load management. I would make this decision every single day and twice on Sunday.
My God.
$8,400 Kevin Durant. And let me explain why. He's going up against John Collins. Clint Capella's back in the lineup.
Yay.
You like to see that. He's actually fun to watch. He could be really dominant on the glass. So it definitely is fun to watch him when he goes on these mini rampages there on the glass. So that's definitely fun. But John Collins fouls anybody that has a pulse and that's able to take 1 or 2 steps to the left or to the right. This guy's averaging 4.3 fouls per game, 24 minutes per game. And you would think, hey, he's a key part of the rotation. 24 minutes per game. Not because he's not good, because he gets 5 fouls in 5 seconds.
That's insane.
And now you're going up against Kevin Durant. Like, if there was some sort of bet, DraftKings, Fanduel, and any one of the books that we bet 365 points, bet any one of these things, if there was a bet that there was a John Collins foul where KD is on the right hash and he jumps up and John Collins tries to jump up and block the shot and it's a KD and 1, I would bet it. I would bet everything on it, because you know that's exactly what's going to happen tonight.
A little too specific.
I don't care.
But I believe you. I believe you, Gus, man.
That's it. Like, this guy cannot not foul anybody with a pulse. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what's going on this early on in the season, but he seems so lost on the defensive end. Now John Collins gets into foul trouble. Who's going up against him? Danilo Gallinari doesn't play D.
No.
Doesn't play D. You're going to go smaller and go DeAndre Hunter? Good luck.
Yeah, right.
All the power to you. Good luck. Like this to me is the definition of a smash ball. I'm not making a single lineup without Kevin Durant on DraftKings tonight.
Love it.
There's no chance I'm not making a lineup.
Also, over 2.5 threes. So we actually just got a question. What do you guys do on this channel? You guys talk about the NBA games, your opinions and bets. Yes, take the over on Kevin Durant, 2.5 threes. Please, it's plus money. They're literally trying to say, here, take my money. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to let John Collins foul the shit out of us, and we're going to take the book's money. Let's do it, Ghost Man. Thank you.
Smash it. You don't have to take it. You smash it. That was the exact text I'd send you. Smash it.
Collins isn't playing tonight. No. He's playing. He's just going to get into foul trouble.
No, he's playing. He's playing, but he's just like, if I would set the over-under on John Collins fouls at 4.5.
What would you put the minutes at?
27.
27.
If that, like that's me being generous.
Yeah.
I kind of picked on him a little bit for the last.
So we're going to take the under on that one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, like if I were to set it at 26, 27, I'm taking the under. Like it's
KD must play on FanDuel as well. I'm assuming they didn't screw his price up nearly as much.
Yes, I'm going to talk about it in a little.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
So no.
Got excited.
So That's my rant on KD on DraftKings. If you don't play Kevin Durant on DraftKings tonight, I can't trust you. The last time I said that was LeVert and James Harden.
Yeah, same lineup. And they both smashed, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Just saying. Last time the day before that I said that was Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
70 DraftKings points. Yesterday I called Jokic a walking triple-double. Got a triple-double.
Did he get a triple? I was going to say he got a triple-double. Did Sabonis get a triple-double? He was close, right?
He finished with 9 rebounds and 9 assists.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're not angry about that. You're not angry about that at all.
I'll take it. I'm almost there. I'll take it. Like, it's almost there. It's almost there.
So we need to clear up. Tyler meant no, he's not a play in a FanDuel lineup in referring to John Collins.
No, he's not a play. I'm not playing John Collins. 40% own John Collins on FanDuel because people panic. So that's exactly what I'm leaning into this. You know, we talked about KD over 2.53. Smash that. Courtesy of our friends over at DraftKings. Plus money. Smash it. 70% from behind the arc. Smash it.
Insane.
Now we're going over to FanDuel a little bit, even though we don't have it on screen. You have Kevin Durant at small forward. FanDuel finally figured it out and put him at the right position. You have him at small forward there, $9,500. Nobody's playing him. 10% owned Kevin Durant. You know who the small forwards are on the slate? You have LeBron James, Q tag. So rightfully so that he has low ownership because people kind of panic, you know, like they don't want a late swap. You know, there's not as many people following up until 10 p.m. Eastern, right? So low ownership on LeBron, rightfully so. Just because of the Q tag, I'll give you guys that. Why is Kevin Durant 10% owned on FanDuel? The next two small forwards after him are an $8,000 Jalen Brown. I love Jalen Brown. You know I love Jalen Brown.
Well,
and we love Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum just reported available to play. So we like Jalen Brown a little bit less now, I'm assuming, right?
I like Jalen Brown as a player. At that price tag?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like I like Jalen Brown. I would take Jalen Brown on my team any day. $8,000 Jalen Brown?
A little much.
Come on now. So then you go down the list. $8,000 Gordon Hayward in this economy? No. No. I'm sorry. 8,000, 7,900, 7,800, whatever the exact price is. I round up $8,000 Gordon Hayward. No. That's not happening. Then you're dumpster diving into this range where you're playing all these possible small forwards. DeAndre Hunter. Is he getting 30 minutes? Is he getting 3? I don't know. Bogdanovic. Is he getting 25, 35, 15 minutes? I don't know. Dante DiVincenzo. Is he putting up 2 points or 26? I don't know. Tyler Hero, smash play. We're going to get to that in a little bit on the next game. Always Tyler Hero. Death, taxes, Tyler Hero. Every single day. Who else are you playing at small forward that Kevin Durant is 10% owned? Like, it blows my mind how he is not over 50% right now. And that's big for him. Like, for somebody to be over 50% on, like, specifically on FanDuel with the positions and the way that lineup construction works over there a bit more than DraftKings, Kevin Durant should be at least 40 to 50% home tonight, and he's coming in just over 10%. It's like 10.3 something. Smash Kevin Durant every single lineup.
Love it.
Smash the over on his threes.
You're
going to take the over in this game too. You're going to take this over on the game too.
239 is a high.
You're taking the over on the game. We're going to get on the Atlanta side. We're going to get on the Atlanta side. We're going to take the over on the game.
All right.
You're playing Kevin Durant on DraftKings and FanDuel.
Okay.
That's the move.
Okay.
If you want to trade Coughlin, that one's more like the... What did we used to call it when we used to do the Thrive 5 at the end? What we used to say? We used to call it like not.
Oh, your frisky. Your
frisky play. The frisky play is the over in this one. If you want to play it safe, you want your safe money. Kevin Durant over 2.53s.
Took it.
Lock it down.
Bang.
Play Kevin Durant on DraftKings. Play him on FanDuel. Nobody's playing him on FanDuel. Even less so than DraftKings. Blows my mind. After that, no.
Wait, still more Kevin Durant. People are loving the Kevin Durant rant. Seems like a must play. Yes, you got it. Play Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant is hero lock for small forward on FanDuel.
Yes.
Bang.
Let's go.
Bang. What else in this game? Because
if you are building one lineup, Tyler, and you're locking in Durant hero, I love it. If you're playing 10, 20, that's where I would swap out KD and let's say 15 to 20% of them. Got to play it smart. Same thing with Tyler Hero. Just take your lineup, duplicate it, swap out Hero for all the guys that are around him. I mentioned in my article, there's Dante DiVincenzo, DeAndre Hunter, Bogdan, Tim Hardaway Jr., obviously, shout out Brian. You have to be switching these guys because all you need to get over the field is that, hey, if DiVincenzo outscores Tyler Hero tonight, you're already all over those people that played the combo of Durant and Tyler Hero. So if you're playing multiple lineups, I'll just use 10 as the example. run like at least 2 without KD, max 3, and then Tyler Hero, same kind of situation.
Love it. Love it.
After in this game, you can fall on game stock this one. Honestly, you could go KD, you could go Kyrie, you could go Trae Young. A little bit tough with limited amount of value that are at the forward positions tonight. But again, this is a game that has that blow up potential. Highest over-under on the slate by 12 points, I believe.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, I'm not sure if it updated there, but last time I checked, it was 12 points. Like you want the studs in this game.
10 right now.
Trae Young, yeah, there you go. 10. So Trae Young on the other side, you need to play him if you're playing both KD and Kyrie. I'm playing KD and Trae Young as my main mini stack as well. So I have a ton of lineups with all three of them, and I have a ton of lineups with KD, Trae Young. That's for sure, because Trae Young is the Atlanta Hawks offense. Yes, Rajon Rondo came over in the offseason, and nice little backup point guard situation that they have, a little bit more of a mentor to Trae Young as well. But this is a game that when we were talking about Trae's ceiling against Detroit, that game got out of hand so quickly, and he still put up 40. Like, imagine a game that Vegas is saying that this one's staying tight. I trust Vegas. You trust Vegas. Everybody trusts Vegas. They're in the business for a reason. They're saying that this game has the highest over-under, and it's going to be a tight game. You want the studs in this game. You want Trae Young on the side. Give me 36 minutes of Trae Young going up against Kyrie and all these other combination of the guards that they're going to throw at him all day. I'm expecting a big performance from Trae Young, and then Kevin Durant on the other side is just he's gonna destroy John Collins. It's not even a question. So
that's absolutely fantastic. Wait, we got to get our boy in. Roosling Paving and Concrete for all your paving and concrete needs. Tatum playing, no limit restriction. I think we're going to hop back to that game in a second. Ghost has been on a rant on this one for about 10 minutes now. I've enjoyed it. It's been a solid 10 minutes just talking about how silly people are for not playing Kevin Durant. Anything else from this game, Ghost Man?
The rest of the value pieces here don't really like there's not one that necessarily sticks out above the other. And it's not because they're bad plays. It's just they're all in equally like mediocre spots. Like Bogdan, you still have to worry that if Gallo gets cleared, Gallinari, that is, if Gallo gets cleared, then they're still competing for minutes. Yes, Bogdan can play the 2 or the 3 a bit more than Gallo can, but they're still out there sharing touches off the bench. Like you have a very sticky wing situation there with Kevin Huerter, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter. Like this team is really deep now, even with like Rondo, I don't put in that group, and it's not because he's a bad play, but he's playing purely point. Like they're not going to put Rondo at the 2. So when I'm talking about this 2, 3, 4, they have a lot of guys that are interchangeable, and the minutes are very wonky in my opinion, and they kind of end up riding the hot hand. So if I have to choose one, like I absolutely have to choose one. I'm going Bogdan, but again, you could interchange these guys. You could literally duplicate a lineup and just swap him with Huerter, swap him with Cam Reddish, swap him with DeAndre Hunter, and you're gonna end up hitting it one out of the 4. But again, it's if you're making a single entry build, this is a spot that I'm staying away from just because of So fave non-Trae Young Atlanta play. I'm all in on Trae Young. I don't really know how else to answer that. I'm so invested in Trae Young and Kevin Durant. You need the studs from this game. There's going to be a tight game. There's going to be a ton of offense. You're talking about like when I talked about it yesterday, where you have teams that play fast, you have teams that don't play defense. Like now you have Atlanta and Brooklyn that both equally push the pace, and both of them are questionable at best on defense. Atlanta's dreadful on defense, but I'll throw them a bone and say that they're questionable at best. You know what I mean? Like that's where you want to attack these games in particular. You want the studs in these games.
I absolutely love to see it. Let's hop back to Brooklyn, Memphis. We were under the assumption that Jason Tatum was going to play, correct?
Yes.
So with that news, it's kind of just regular. What's the word I'm looking for? Standard operate now? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Everything's cool over here, right?
Yeah, everything's status quo, I guess we could say.
There we go. Status quo. Thank you. Figure it out.
He's a very interesting GPP player. I'm curious to see if his ownership skyrockets back up. Before that news dropped that he was dealing with a finger injury, he was coming in 35 to 40% on. This whole mid-range, him, Bam Adebayo, Goran Dragic, like they're all coming in extremely high owned with Giannis. And it's like, for me, if you get him at a Kevin Durant type of ownership, that's where, you could play one of KD or Kyrie. You already know which one I prefer with Trae Young. And then you could get Tatum with Jonas Valenciunis, and then end up finding the values that you can find at WinDailySports.com using our projection model and round out your roster that way. But I like Valanciunas even more so now because this game's going to stay tight.
Going back to the ATL game, get it all.
All the Brooklyn, like we're not
Get
talking about we're not talking about games where every single one of them have 240 over unders. Like you saw Michael's exact reaction, 239.5 over under. Like that's
insane.
Where you need to load up on this game. Like trust you can't get mad at yourself if something doesn't work out. You know, like you played a ton of Ja Morant the other day and he gets injured. Don't get down on yourself. You can't control injuries. You can't control things like that. You played Giannis yesterday against Miami. Don't get down on yourself. You didn't know Milwaukee was going to set the NBA record for most threes in a game and shoot 99% from the field and blow them out by 50. Like you can't predict stuff like that. So what you can be mad at yourself for is stacking, you know, G League type offenses when you have a game that's a 240 over under on it with a bunch of firepower from both sides.
Bang, bang, baby. Did they actually set the record yesterday? I didn't even realize that.
29 threes in a game.
Jesus Christ. The NBA.
Yeah, like, it didn't make sense.
That's insane.
Like that's a game where you told me like, okay, we're going to talk about that game now. We'll just dive right into it at that point because it kind of leads what I was about to say. Like, can Milwaukee replicate that? Like no. Yes, they won by 40 something, but you're asking them, they just set the record. They're not going to beat it again. Like if they do, but like all the power to them, like good for you. But like, You can't say like, oh, I'm not playing Giannis because they blew them out by 40 yesterday. Okay, but look at everything that happened. Like Goran Dragic played 8 minutes. Whether he was like that was just pure blowout. Like they knew they threw in the towel. They were like, this game is done. We're not coming back from this game. I'm not running Goran Dragic into the ground to try and come back from this game. We're already down by 60 points. Like it's not happening. But then you look at the ownership aspect, and there's so much leverage in fading this game and hoping that it does get out of control again. But you can't build lineups like that. So I'm not fading this game because of, hey, Milwaukee's going to blow them out by 40 again. Like, no, you can't expect them to set the record again. Jrue Holiday going 6 for 10 from deep, getting 4 steals in a game and buckets in transition and everything going right for them. Like, you can't, like, every single thing that could possibly have gone right for them yesterday went right. So that's just not the way pro sports are. It's not going to happen again, or at least exactly to that extent. You could have shares of Giannis. I'm okay with that. Bam Adebayo is still it's not a C matchup where he ends up, you know, absolutely destroying him. Like definitely not an A+ matchup where it's like, oh my God, Bam's going to eat him alive. Like, no, it's still Giannis, but it's a tough matchup, man. Like it's not something that I want to attack. And then on top of that, like, I don't know, you have so much ownership trading this game between Tyler Hero, Goran Dragic, Bam Adebayo. They're coming in as 3 of the top 5 owned plays on the entire slate. People are running it back with Giannis. Like I said, if it doesn't work out for me, which I'm very confident that it will, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight because I know that I chose a game that Vegas has tight with a 239.5 over-under with an $8,400 Kevin Durant. Tell me how you pay $7,600 for Bam Adebayo right now. $800 more. Don't be a cheapo. $800 more. Pay for Kevin Durant. And then on top of that, he's center. There's plenty of other options at center. Give me J-Val at center. Like you have other value centers on top of that. You don't need Bam Adebayo. Like there's like, to me, this is the perfect leverage spot. You have a guy that's coming in 35 to 40% owned. It doesn't make sense to me at all. This is a spot that I'm fading. The one guy, obviously, that taxes Tyler Hero. I'm going to have a ton of Tyler Hero, obviously. DraftKings a little bit less. Just because I want to jam, you know, at least one of KD, Kyrie, hopefully both with Trae Young, and then another guy like Jonas Valenciunis in there too. So gets kind of tight to be able to play Tyler Hero with that.
Gets kind of what?
Gets kind of toit.
It
to end up playing Tyler Hero in that group. It's not only toit, but it's mathematically impossible. So
that also,
I'd rather pay up for Jonas. Like if I end up getting some punts in my lineup, I want Jonas Valenciunis. I'm not punting guys in my lineup to get Tyler Hero. Like I love the guy, but again, like he doesn't have the same upside as Jonas Valenciunis does in this matchup. So if you want to get exposure to this game, it's in the 2 guards that are right at the top of your screen in Goran Dragic and Tyler Hero. No way am I playing a 40% on Bam Adebayo. It's not happening.
Sorry, guys. Can't do it. And just for context, this game, Bucks -6 over under at 228. So it's a cool 11 points less than that Brooklyn and Atlanta game, which again, you can get a Kevin Durant at pretty darn cheap. Let's go to the chat. We have some questions. Does Tatum playing affect Williams? That was one of your favorite punt plays, so that's definitely something. Check the model. Model gets updated every 5
Every
minutes?
15 minutes.
15 minutes, and then an hour before lock every 5 minutes. So about a half hour before we're really popping that thing off. But check the model, Gary. Check the model.
It's going to come down a little bit, but don't expect it to come down all that much because the main thing that bumps Robert Williams is Tristan Thompson being out. Like, yes, Tatum ends up stealing away from his usage. Maybe the minutes go down just a little bit, but the main thing that ends up bumping Robert Williams up that much is Tristan Thompson being out.
Love it. Love it.
And the fact that Daniel Tice can't really play basketball lately. I don't know what's going on.
I think that might help. Drew Holiday or Dylan Brooks for cash on DK?
Give me, depends how many Memphis guys you have in your lineup there.
So Ben, get back to us, Ben.
Yeah, let me know. Just put another comment. Let me know how many Memphis guys you have in your lineup, and if you do, which ones. Then we'll make the decision there. Speaking about Drew Holiday, one guy that I forgot to mention, 6,400. He's too cheap, but again, don't expect him to go 6 for 10 from deep, dropping 28. Like you had Giannis only dropped 9 points, played 27 minutes, was basically running back and forth, light jogging because they're up by 40. Like these are things that don't chase game logs in DFS. Do not look at a game log and say, "Oh my God, Drew Holiday played Miami. Oh, and it happened to be yesterday, and he put up 50 DraftKings points." Lock, no. That's a bad process to follow. It may end up working sometimes, but that is a bad process to follow. It's not plus EV long term.
Love to see it. Rocker, would you miss 3 games and a really long ghost rant on Kevin Durant? Ruslan Paving and Concrete for all your paving and concrete needs. Marcus Smart, what is his ownership? Ghost, do you have that in front of you by any chance?
Yes, I do. Marcus Smart's coming in at 8.1% on actually, sorry, wrong player. 8% on DraftKings, and on Fanduel he's coming in just under 20%.
Good to know. Rocker says push the model, Ghost, so you got to get to it. Thies just jumped Williams on the model. That's interesting.
It knows.
Tice. I'm sorry, Daniel Tice. The model knows. The model definitely knows. Ben, he only has Joe Val from the Memphis game. So I guess Dylan Brooks or Drew Holiday. Back to his old question.
Let me check what we have them projected for. Do you have any other questions in the meantime?
Nope. Rocker just wants to tell us he loves us. So we love you too, Rock. Thanks for wishing me a happy birthday, buddy.
Let me check. He asked Brooks or
Drew
Holiday.
J-Rue Holiday.
Brooks or J-Rue. J-Rue's currently just under 38 points. Dylan Brooks is what position is Dylan Brooks on DraftKings?
Shooting guard?
What position is Dylan Brooks on DraftKings? Let's check.
Let's go to the model.
Dylan Brooks. You're going Drew Holiday.
Shooting guard, yeah.
You're going Drew Holiday.
We're going Drew Holiday, Ben.
Model has Drew Holiday by 6. So
by 6.
Drew Holiday.
I love it. Do you like Jake Puddle as a salary saver with Aldridge out?
Puddle.
Are we getting to that game? We'll get to that game in a minute, but
we'll get to that game in a little bit. We'll get to
that game. We promise we're going to make you stick around a little bit longer. This one, we have Charlotte, the Charlatans, and the Mavericks. Mavs by 8.5. Oof. Over under 225. Gordon Hayward's been pretty okay this year. That's cool. $40 million. Not that bad, Gordon Hayward. Not that bad. Is it 40 or 30? It was 4 for 120, right?
I don't know. It's too much. Whatever it is, it's too much. It's 4 for 120. It's too much. Anyways, Luca's somehow still pulling ownership in this game. I get it. It's Luca Doncic. You get Kevin Durant, $8,400.
Fam, Kevin Durant at $8,400. Listen to him, man. He's been trying to tell you for literally the last half hour. The last half hour has pretty much just been this show saying he loves Tyler Hero. We already know that. But just play Kevin Durant. So if you don't listen to him, why are you even here? All right. Is that
so Fanduel? Like someone asked about Fanduel. You get Kyrie Irving $2,000 cheaper. Would you rather have Luka Doncic and Gordon Hayward or Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant?
Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
Next game.
Personally. Okay. Next game. Oh, Ghosts, man. All right.
I hate this game. No,
Wait, am I going back?
You could play THJ. Like Brian was talking about the other day. Like all jokes aside, we know he loves Tim Hardaway Jr. there, of course, because
I don't get it.
But again, like all jokes aside, somebody's got to be able to shoot the ball. Like with no KP, they don't have many playmakers on this team, or at least offensive playmakers there. Like I love Dorian Finney-Smith's game in real basketball from a DFS perspective. Questionable at best, right? So we'll give them the questionable at best. So they need shooters. So you could also punt down with Trey Burke, especially if Josh Richardson is out. So you see that Q tag on your screen right there, Josh Richardson at $5,500. If he is out, they have no other shooters besides Luca. So that's where his ownership's gonna keep going up, and my ownership to Kyrie Irving and Trae Young is gonna keep going up. So please, Richardson be out so that people take Luca. I'll take Kyrie and KD and Trae Young. Thank you very much. If you want to play with this game, Trey Burke at 3,200. It's a guy that can legitimately get 20 plus minutes off the bench. Keep an eye on the model, because if that news drops, it's going to update and you'll be able to see the kind of point production that Trey Burke is now expected for. Not really on it on Fanduel. Fanduel, I want Kyrie and Trey as much as possible. You can mix in Trey Burke if you'd like. Drew Holiday also underpriced there. So not really much Trey Burke for me on FanDuel, but on DraftKings at 3,200, they don't have anybody coming off the bench that's a legit threat for me to not at least consider playing Trey Burke tonight. Consider
it, people. You got to consider it. Back to the chat. We have Chris for FanDuel currently has Kyrie, Trae Young, Kevin Durant, Tyler Hero, Joe Val. My God, did you just like listen to this whole show? This guy.
That's all you need. Leave the other spots blank. That's all you need. All you need. Leave the other spots blank. Power forward is absolute booty cheeks tonight on FanDuel. So I'm going all the way down. I'm not paying $11,000 for Giannis, because look, your point guards and your small forward, that is as sexy as it gets. So you can't get Giannis in there, and you're certainly not playing a guy like Marc Gasol to come off Jonas Valenciunis. So Giannis, AD, Jason Tatum, very tough to be able to play them on FanDuel. Tatum would be, and even AD, I'll throw him in that conversation as well, because they're just around 10,000. Tatum's at 92, I believe. I'm not playing 11,000 for Giannis. It's just not happening tonight. That's where I punted my flag, and it's scary as it is. If you told me any NBA slate, I'm fading Luka Doncic and I'm fading Giannis, you're gonna call me crazy. But there are better guys in better game environments right now with better game scripts. So I'm looking at guys like Robert Covington, guys like Brandon Clark. Not exactly the sexiest of options, but when you're talking about guys that can get you there in order for your studs to really pop off, if it means me playing Brandon Clark to be able to get the 5 players that we have on the screen right now, you could definitely do a lot worse. And I'm also going to be looking at the model as it updates to be able to see if there's a specific power forward that ends up popping in value. Though those things come in the last hour before lock, so keep an eye out for that.
This is also a cash game lineup. I hope that doesn't completely change everything.
No, it's good, because realistically, you want ownership in cash games. That's something that we always preach, right? If somebody's coming in extremely high owned, you can't fade them, because if the field is moving up when they're playing and you're not, that's scary. Bad. So you have to make sure that, because let's say you come in, Tyler Hero is probably going to be over 50% owned on FanDuel tonight, probably 90% in cash games. It's going to be that ridiculously high. If Tyler Hero puts up a 0, it doesn't even matter. You can still cash. This guy could not play and you could still cash, because he's 90% owned. 90% of the field has them. 50% of the field gets paid out in cash contest. Doesn't matter. If he puts up 50 and you have him, yeah, it sucks. You're not beating as many people because he's 90% owned. But if you don't have him and you're hoping DeAndre Hunter, DiVincenzo, Bogdanovich put up 50, close your FanDuel app and we hit it back up tomorrow.
Yep. And then we hang out tomorrow, which, oh no, we're not going to be here tomorrow. Yeah, it's New Year's Eve, guys. Sorry. No live stream tomorrow. I'm going to go drink with my friends and Rocker. Mostly just Rocker. Jay Rich just got upgraded to probable. Got a couple people telling us, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for the news.
Yes, thank you for the news. Give us all the news and give us all your questions, because Ben here, last question. Sorry, Ben. We literally do this for you and everybody else, but ask us all the questions, man. That is why we are here. And we have a little extra time till lock tonight because it's 7:30. PJ Washington or Keldon Johnson?
Keldon Johnson
on DK.
Keldon Johnson in cash.
Love it, love it, love it. TLC thoughts, Brooklyn. I'm going to start with this. Definitely not a complete sentence. So we're gonna have to start somewhere like that. And also it depends on where. I guess, is this cash? Is this GPP? And doesn't really matter. Actually, Ghost is shaking his head. I apologize.
See, that's an example. You look at the game log, you see what TLC did last time. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving were out.
Exactly.
He's barely going to play tonight.
He's not going to play tonight, buddy. So
unfortunately, you missed the boat, but at least you'll know next time when KD and Kyrie sit out.
Yes.
You won't miss the boat.
You come to us. You come to this man right here. You go to the model. I actually have the model up in front of me because it's
the fourth highest value play yesterday, and we got him at 13% ownership on DraftKings.
Bang. All right. So we skipped this game like 15 minutes ago. Let's actually skip it now. We have the Lakers. We have the Spurs. Lakers -6 on the road. If I'm not mistaken, I can go back to the text message thread. You told me Lakers -4.5, smash it. Then got it at 6. And I said, is that okay? You said, yes, keep smashing it. So I smashed it. So we are here. Make sure to grab that Lakers bet. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Over under sits at 229.5. Not too many low scoring games. It's really just the Memphis Boston one tonight. That's going to be a little lower. Anthony Davis, GPP or cash? We'll start with that.
GPP. Nobody's playing AD tonight. GPP.
Why not? Is it because KD? Is that
people, myself included, are worried about the tandem of him and LeBron. Like they're not getting full 36. Like it's not zero dark 23 Bron mode activated yet. Like these guys are not they're not locked in like that yet. Like we're 5 games into the regular season. They could go 0-15 and then just run the table and still finish first in the West. Like they don't really care this early on in the season. You see you could see it. So that being said, we got a full 36 out of LeBron the other day. We got a full 36 out of AD the game before that. They're starting to pick it up. They're starting to get into their groove. The championship hangover is now past them. Hopefully, this is a matchup that I'm not expecting LaMarcus Aldridge to play in. This guy's old, man.
Yeah,
man, he's old.
Very old.
He's old. He's getting up there. So this is another matchup. Who's going to guard AD? Calvin Johnson?
I'm not guarding him.
Jakob Buttle, like
Jake Buttle, baby. Let's go.
Bro, who's guarding AD, man? Like you look at this matchup, who is guarding AD? Who's guarding Braun? I'm a big DeJounte Murray fan. I love DeJounte Murray's game. I have him in my season long leagues. Who is guarding LeBron? Who's guarding Anthony Davis? AD comes off. Who's guarding Trez? Like they don't have the same depth that they used to. Rudy Gay is like 45 years old.
Dude, Rudy Gay's still playing? Holy shit.
Aldridge is like 60. Like I don't understand. Like there we go. Aldridge is out. Yeah, no kidding. It's probably because his knees hurt.
Ruslan Paving and Concrete for all your paving and concrete needs.
Thank you, buddy.
No, dude.
Like the guy's old. DeRozan. Okay, that's what I was getting at. This is the next player that I want to talk about. Love
Hail
DeMar.
Canada.
Love
Hail
DeMar.
Canada.
Raptors legend. Him and Kyle Lowry. Raptors legends. I'm not playing DeMar.
No.
I'm not playing a 40 to 45% owned DeMar DeRozan. I understand he's cheap. You want to play him in cash? Lock it in. Because this guy's going to be ridiculously high owned. But you're telling me, don't be cheap. $1,500 more. Who are you playing?
Kevin Durant.
Why are you paying $7,000 for DeMar DeRozan in GPPs?
When you can just have Kevin Durant.
40% owned.
It's the process, people. It's the process.
You have to understand that at 40% ownership, I'm actually going to run it again. I'm really curious to see how high owned this guy is.
We're going to pop it again.
He's coming in 46% owned.
Let's go. And that's only going to go up.
Bro, 46% owned.
Kevin Durant.
And Aldridge has not shifted yet. Bro, why are you playing like outside? You want to lock him in cash? Boom, go for it. I'm all for it. He's going to be ridiculously high on cash. And he has that floor. At $7,000, would you be surprised? Like this is the question. And Sticks and I always say on the Sunday live streams. Would you be surprised if DeRozan gets you 35 to 40? You're going to say, no, that's a classic DeMar DeRozan game. I would be shocked if he dropped you 55 tonight. Shocked. He doesn't like it. He just doesn't do it for me. You need when has DeMar DeRozan dropped 40 points in a game? That's what he needs. It's not like he's going to go out and grab 15 rebounds. He's not AD. He's not like we're talking about all these other studs. Like he doesn't grab 15 rebounds a game. Aldridge is out. Who's he passing to? He's not a primary passer. That's DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray runs that offense. he doesn't get other stats enough for him to really provide us that ceiling. I don't play tournaments to min cash. We play tournaments to win them. If you want to min cash, shift from the tournament lobby over to the cash games, and then you lock in DeMar DeRozan. He's coming in high owned. He has that floor where, you know what, even if he has a bad game, you know he's not going to hurt you. Yeah, DeRozan on FanDuel, $8,500. What? $8,500, DeMar DeRozan?
What's his ownership? I think that might be the question. Do you see that in front of you?
FanDuel.
He is expensive on FanDuel. Yes, 8,500. Thank you, Tyler.
DeRozan he's coming unowned.
DeRozan is unowned on FanDuel, so don't play him at all.
He's coming in 7 to 8% right now.
Don't play him
7 and 8%
at all. Quick little pivot: Trae Young or Dame? I know we're getting to Dame in a minute.
I like that question. We're going to talk about it in the second game.
Yeah, let's get it.
But like this is the thing where it's like you're talking about DeMar DeRozan. Everyone thinks it's a smash play on DraftKings, right? 46% owned, 0 ownership on FanDuel. If you're that confident that you end up if you're that confident that DeMar DeRozan on FanDuel, it's not happening. There's no situation. If DeRozan drops 60 tonight, I will gladly catch my L and sleep like a baby because I am not playing DeMar DeRozan at $8,500. That's not the right process.
Well, that and you're going to be sleeping in your DeMar DeRozan jersey probably too, I'm assuming.
I don't know on DeMar DeRozan jersey. No chance.
Okay.
But then he's $7,000 on DraftKings. You want him to hit 7 times his price to be able to win a GBP. You need these mid-range guys to hit 6.5 to 7.5 times their price. You need your studs to be able to get there, meaning even 5 times their price. Like if Harden drops 5 times his price, that's fine because that's 60 points for Harden.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, yes, it'd be nice if he dropped 80 that he did the other day, but you saw a winning lineup yesterday. He dropped 60. That's enough. That's what you need from your studs. When you're talking about this mid-range, you need 6.5 to 7.5 times the price. On what planet is DeMar DeRozan getting 50 DraftKings points tonight? And if he is, why is nobody playing him on FanDuel? Like that to me is just Zach Galifianakis meme there. Math doesn't add up. The math does not add up for me. I'm not playing DeMar DeRozan. Certainly not at that high ownership. That's for sure.
That's enough DeMar DeRozan. Let's get angry about Kevin Durant again. Kevin Durant, Kyrie, Tatum, and Young. Rest is 3,800 each. Rest is per the model. Let's go.
Appreciate the support. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Get it. AD or LeBron in a GPP.
I want to talk about Brown before I started talking about DeMar DeRozan for 20 minutes.
That was a lot of long rants today, Ghost Man. I like it. A lot of long rants today.
Play Kevin Durant. If you don't play Kevin Durant, I can't trust you.
God damn it.
Had to squeak that in there just in case you didn't catch the first 47 minutes of the show. LeBron's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Bron's birthday.
Rocker, where are you?
For our narrative friends. I got one in this game, Bron's birthday, and then the last game is all narratives. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. But Bron's birthday, all jokes aside, like you don't play for narratives. Obviously, we like to joke about that kind of stuff. Like we were saying the other day, we talk a lot of analytics, but we also have some fun. Well, it's kind of a joke, kind of not. Like you kind of do end up playing some narratives out there. So but Bron's birthday, it is a smash spot for him. There's nobody that's going to be able to guard him. Obviously, I would like it if it was vice versa, that AD was questionable in this one and Bron was locked in because we know that Anthony Davis is playing tonight and they do cap each other's ceilings and whatnot. But this is a game that I could legitimately see LeBron get a 30-point triple-double at 5% ownership. It would be classic because you end up looking at the winning lineup different from what yours is because you didn't play Kevin Durant, for example, and obviously it had Kevin Durant in it. And then you end up looking, you're like, who is that guy that was at like 5, 6, maybe even 1% ownership? And you look and it's LeBron James with a 30-point triple-double. And you're like, oh my God, how did I miss that? Right? So it's like sometimes the most obvious ones are right in front of our faces. This is a prime matchup for him. So and it's gonna be a competitive game. Like the Lakers are still deep. I still don't understand how they got Dennis Schroeder and Trez in the offseason. I don't know how the league allowed that. Like the league meaning all other teams. Like I don't understand how they didn't pick these guys up, but that's what it is being LeBron, and that's what it is being in the city of LA. So they're going to take advantage of it. I think they absolutely cover the spread tonight, and Bron has an absolute monster of a game. So I will have shares in GPP, but again, Atlanta, Brooklyn takes the cake for me.
I love it. Nope, that was DeRozan. We did enough DeRozan. Talked Ghost off a ledge. With Jay Richardson in, what do we do with Trey Burke? Anything?
You can still sprinkle it in. He's still going to be that shooter off the bench for them. Obviously, I would like it more if he was starting, but it becomes a whole lot friskier now. See what the model ends up changing.
Check the model. Off a top center. Not totally sure what that means.
Off top of center. I don't really know what that means.
Off top a center, like I guess we need more, man. We need more. Just give us more. Irv, Reddish, Judd Johnson, Durant, Joe Val, Young, Tice, and Pritchard.
Roll it,
baby.
I can tell that's from the model. You have some of the top values on there.
Let's go. And Luca going for 75 tonight. All right, Glad.
Sure.
All right, Glad.
Sure,
Glad. All right, Glad.
Sure, hope not. KD's going for 75.
Yeah, let's do it. Last game. Keep your questions coming. We're still here for a couple more minutes, it looks like. I mean, I'm having fun. I think Ghost is too. Clippers -4. Over under sits at 226. Kawhi playing? He's questionable still. Interesting. Any update on Dinwiddie? He partially tore his ACL. He's not playing this year. It's unfortunate. We got the question. What's a center for cheap?
Which
still not sure we know exactly what that means.
I would say which site, but they're pretty much the same on both sides. You could roll the dice if you want to get really frisky on a guy like Daniel Tice. Personally, I prefer the upside of Robert Williams there. If you're not going Jonas Valenciunis, on Fanduel, I'm gonna have Jonas Valenciunis on my main lineup. Like I'm trying to find a devil's advocate agreement, like argument against that, but I'm playing Jonas. I don't know what else to say to that. The only other guy that I would consider would be Robert Williams. If you're going all the way down, you might as well take a guy with high upside. You don't want to play a guy like Marc Gasol and hope that he gets 7 blocks in a game for him to get you there. You want a guy that can legitimately contribute on offense and be a beast on the glass too. And that's exactly what Robert Williams is.
You'll love to see it. Big Bob Williams.
Also going to mention Deandre Jordan. This is a good matchup for Deandre Jordan. I like him. Model likes him too throughout the entire season. Model likes him throughout the entire season, and the model likes him again today. Clint Capella, that's a big matchup for it's big bodies out there. So they're going to want to match up on that. It's not like they're going to play KD at the 5, and they haven't really been doing that early on in the season. It seems like virtually every minute of every game, one of Jared Allen or DeAndre Jordan is going to be out there. And today you got Clint Capella. That's a beast of a man that's going to be out there. You're going to want DeAndre Jordan.
So we got another question, Alan for Brooklyn. While talking about DeAndre Jordan, I think that's important. Yeah, looking at the model likes the value and the points more in DeAndre Jordan's favor. So Take it. Go with the model, baby. Go with the model. It's one Ghost and the rest of the Win Daily Sports family. A lot of money. If you want that model, you can go to windailysports.com. We have a $150 pass for the whole NBA season. $150 every single month. 7 months, $150. You get the model, you get the Ghost, you get the guys, you get the articles, you get everything. $150 will win you much, much more money than that. I don't know if I'm technically allowed to promise you, but you got my word. All right, Ghost, last game. You said you're excited for all the narratives. We also got that Trae Young, Dame Lillard question before. Talk to me, baby.
Damian Lillard hit a step back 3 right in Paul George's face. Sent them home from the playoffs. Then you saw the wave, the infamous wave. Then Pat Bev started chirping back. Then when the Clippers got bounced last season, Dame and CJ started chiming in saying like, hey, you got an extra ticket to Cabo for our boy Pat Beverly, everything like that. You want a team that has beef against one another. Damian Lillard and the Clippers, these guys don't mesh.
It's awesome. I love
these guys do not mesh. So if you want a game that's going to be intense, playoff type, I would love a 7-game playoff series between Portland and the Clippers. Give me Dame against this Clippers team for 7 games. Oh, man. It's going to be a fun game. So not too much ownership pulling in this game. We talked about it the other day where you could make it was Portland against LA. I said if you play Dame, you could end up going Davis. You could end up going one of these guys and have that late night hammer. Dame ended up having a great game. This is another spot where you could get different with your studs. And while everyone else is going to be playing the Lucas, the Giannis's, for some reason, Bam Adebayo doesn't even belong in that conversation. But anyways, they're playing Bam Adebayo. They're playing all these guys, and you're just sitting there hoping that you're kind of creeping up to the pay line, and then you lay the late night hammer with Damian Lillard.
Drop that on
like this to me is a smash spot for both him and CJ. The one thing that's concerning about me, like not to get too analytical, but you guys know that that's what I like to do. CJ actually has a higher usage rate than Damian Lillard right now.
Really?
So if you're like me, you're going to be on full tilt when you end up seeing CJ shooting the ball more than Dame. Dame still has 18 field goal attempts per game. So like it's not like he's not shooting it at all. The efficiency has been meh. I guess I could describe it as meh. When he goes off, I'm going to be there for it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I will keep going back to the well. This is a smash spot for him. And the thing that I like about this matchup too, people are going to be worried because Pat Bev is going to get up in his face. I like it. That fires Dame up. He's going to be chucking threes from the half point court line if he really wants to. Depends how serious he takes this game. But if he gets really like all rattled up, he's going to be throwing threes in Pat Bev's face all game long, and it's not going to be a CJ McCollum game.
I love
so
it.
For me, it's you can't play both together. Under no circumstance you play both because one of these guys ends up carrying the offense. It's been like that throughout their first couple of games, and it's going to be like that until they get into a groove, right? Very, very short, very weird offseason for every team. So you got to keep that in mind too. It's a smash spot for Dame. I absolutely love it. Like I just was talking, I was already thinking this, and the wheels are turning, and I'm like, man, like I don't think I have enough Dame. And now that I'm saying it out loud, it's like, man, I need to get more Dame. $9,200 on Fanduel load up. That's severe. Like for me, it's Dame, Kyrie, and Trae Young. Like that's when someone asked about Luca before. He's $2,000 more than all those guys. Like it destroys your lineup so much to the point where you're playing Gordon Hayward or Kevin Durant at the small forward position. You're playing you're playing Brandon Clark over guys that are in that mid. Like it's not a good spot for me to be able to go up to Luca. I'm loading up on Dame, Trae Young, and Kyrie. Obviously, I spoke about that game for who knows how long. So it's a smash spot for him. I absolutely love it. On the other side, you could play Serge Ibaka. Not exactly the best move in my opinion when we're looking for upside. Again, it's like that dreaded $5,400 range. These guys like Ibaka, like Hero, like Dragic. If you're going in like that, try not to cap your upside too much by loading up on those guys and missing out on the studs. There are 4 to 5 studs on this slate that are in absolute smash spots. And for me, this slate's going to be dictated on which stud you end up pairing with the right value. And that's how it's really going to get you there. If you want to mix in one, we spoke about Tyler Hero, same price you could get Serge Ibaka. That's where, if you don't want to play Valenciunis and you need somebody at that center position, you don't want to go all the way up to Giannis. He's somebody in that mid range that I would feel comfortable sliding in. Another guy that's actually been a force on the glass too is Enes Kanter. Believe it or not, off their bench. So he's somebody Nurkic hasn't exactly looked like he's to be in full form. Kanter's that guy that could really come off the bench and provide some pop. And again, it's better that Kanter's coming off the bench now that Ibaka starts because he's going up on Zubac. I would not want to play Kanter up against Ibaka because Kanter does all of his damage in the paint. And that's exactly where Ibaka owns everybody. So there you go, Big T.
Big T, baby.
He's somebody that we're talking about low ownership. You got to get different on a slate. This is somebody that's going completely unowned. Would I recommend him in a single entry build in your main lineup? Absolutely not. Would I recommend having him in your 3 maxes to try and get different? And we're getting different in 1 or 2 spots and then loading up on these studs that we were talking about. He's definitely somebody that's viable.
Still love it. No, wait, we already did that one. Sorry, Big T. We'll put you on the screen again. GPP, Dame over Kyrie or Trae. Obviously, Kevin Durant is already locked in.
Oh my God. That's a good question. I'm going to rank them for you. That's why just the wheels are turning a little bit.
That's why we can hear the train. The train is turning a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Train's really loud today. Apologies for that. I don't know what's going on, but
it's all the snow in Canada.
It's all the snow, bro. We have another snowstorm right now, like as we speak.
Ugh,
my car's covered again.
Christ.
It's nuts. I would rank them in the order opposite that you wrote them: Trae, Kyrie, Dame. And it's really hard for me to say because I love Dame in this matchup, but I was researching that Brooklyn Atlanta game for hours, hours overnight, and I've planted my flag. It's got to be that game for me. So Trae, then Kyrie, then Dame for me.
Love it. Trae, perfect. Hero, Reddish, KD, love it. JD, love it. Pritchard, Dylan Brooks, Joe Val, DK, single entry, GPP.
See, so this was an example. It's a well constructed lineup, so nice work there. The one thing that I'm concerned about is, again, you take a look at those mid range guys, and they're very they're very bland tonight. It's like, for me, is it really worth going all the way up to Dylan Brooks on DK? Is it really worth it to end up sliding in Reddish when they have 6 legitimate wing players there? Like, that's a chance where you could end up taking a risk, and we're talking about single entry. I don't know if you could let me know how many entrants are in that contest too. If it's closer to the 100 to 500 range, where there's 500 people in the contest versus having 10,000 people in a single entry contest, that also is a big factor, right? So if it's down in that range where it's between 100 and 500, this is a well-constructed lineup. Good job. If it's in that range where it's 8,000 people plus, it's worth it to end up jamming another stud in there. Dylan Brooks, he's a good play, just a bit expensive. Reddish is that guy that, is he going to get you there? We don't really know. And Tyler Hero is still 5,400. You can end up dropping a little bit to end up jamming in another stud there.
Love it. Atlanta versus Nets over. Yes, Ghost made me take it. Over 239. We're taking it.
I have so much invested in DFS, I always double down every time. So
that's the only way to do it, baby.
And I'm not here for unders. So
no, never, ever, ever. Unless they're live, which then it was pretty funny. Kyrie, Young, Durant,
bold man.
Jay Val, Hero, Brandon Clark. I need us 2 shooting guards and a power forward. So I'm assuming this is Fanduel, and you have 14-7 left over. Seems like you could do stuff with that.
Yeah, I would imagine that's Fanduel. 14-7, just under 5,000 per position. I'm not going to name it, but there's a punt power forward in the model that you'll be able to find. And then you could slide in shooting guards. Might be a little Dwight, but you could probably slide in Dennis Schroeder and Devontae Graham or Marcus Smart. You might be able to fit it, but it's going to be Dwight.
Very Dwight.
Get Schroeder in there if you can. Yeah. Well done with the core. You don't even need those 3 other spots, by the way. You can just leave it blank.
Just leave them blank. So you'd have
play KD and you're fine. Marcus Smart or Marcus Dumb? I hate playing this guy in DFS. Like, I'm such a huge fan. I'm such a huge fan in real life, and I would take him on my team on any day and twice a week on Sunday. But every time I play this guy, he goes out and throws up Jason Tatum style threes, 10 feet to the left of the basket, gets 6 fouls in 5 minutes, and he's so tilting. With Tatum in,
Marcus Dumb.
Let me rephrase. Marcus Smart Fanduel, Marcus Dumb DK.
Love it.
And the reason why people are getting, and then that's where you're going to tell me, well, why is it a good play on Fanduel and not on DraftKings? People are probably like, this guy's crazy. Fanduel, that extra point per steal and block makes all the difference in the world to a player like Marcus Smart. He's a guy that can legitimately get 3 to 4 steals in a game. He could rack up defensive stats. We saw what Jimmy Butler did on Fanduel. He didn't get the flame emoji on DraftKings. For those of you that don't know what that means, it's when a player exceeds his value. They get a little flame emoji beside their name. He didn't get that on DraftKings and honestly, but he did on Fanduel because he had 7 steals. Don't expect 7 steals from Marcus Smart. But again, it's like, it makes a difference when you add 7 points to a player's total, right? Just like we end up playing Duncan Robinson more on DraftKings than we do on Fanduel. That extra 0.5 per 3, when we're talking about him nailing 8 threes on Christmas Day, it's an extra 4 points to his total. It makes all the difference in the world. So Marcus Smart on Fanduel, specifically where shooting guard is absolute booty cheeks. I'm cool with that. DK, it's going to be a hard pass for me.
Hard pass. So keep the questions coming in. I just have to get to a little bit of fun for myself because support for Win Daily has been brought to you by Manscaped, who's the best.
I've got a mute for this.
In men's below. No, the laughter is fun. Men's below the waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you with the best tools for your grooming experience. I used to be terrified of shaving my balls, guys. Terrified of it. It was the worst. I was bad at it. I got made fun of, but thankfully Manscaped came along and said, you know what, Mike, you should have smooth balls too. You deserve them, Mike. You deserve them. And I said, thank you, Fanduel. I said, thank you, Manscaped. Screw Fanduel. I only play DraftKings. That is why Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer for people like me who are terrified of shaving their balls. Manscaped engineering team spent 18 months perfecting the greatest ball hair trimmer ever. I'm stumbling over my words. I'm so excited. And they just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0. Their next generation, this is the 3rd generation trimmer, features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin technology pioneered by Manscaped. And it's true, tried to cut myself and it didn't work. When I tell you it's premium, I mean premium. The battery lasts for 90 minutes, so you can take a nice long shave. It's waterproof technology. It allows you to groom your boys in the shower. And one of the coolest features is the little LED light, which illuminates all the areas you didn't know even existed. So let's not forget about the charging stand either. Show it off, man. Show off your lawnmower. Let everybody else know that you shave your nutsack, because it is intelligently designed stand, is convenient charging, powered by USB. You love, love, love to see it. So if you're listening to me speak right now, I want you to experience it firsthand for yourself. Trim that junk of yours. Get 20% off and free shipping with promo code WINDAILY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using promo code WINDAILY. 20% off, free shipping, promo code WINDAILY at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. So we appreciate all of you guys out there. Looks like we have a couple last questions. Thoughts on Teague with Pritchard in the same lineup?
Definitely not in the same lineup. You can roll one or the other. Can't go both in the same lineup, though.
Can't go both in the same lineup. Ben's back. Drew Holiday, Middleton, or Jason Tatum. All of them have similar projections. DK Cash. Thanks.
Depends. It's probably not the answer that you want to hear right now, but I just need a bit more info. Probably not fair to be able comparing those guys. Jason Tatum's like $2,000 more than Drew Holiday. So really depends on like, try and say Jason Tatum plus this guy or Drew Holiday plus that guy. Raw points, I'll still take Jason Tatum, but again, it's not really fair for me to say that. He's $2,000 more than Drew Holiday. So really depends on who you're debating between.
Love it, love it. Hop into the Discord. Ghost will be back in there. We're about an hour away from lock now, so I'm assuming that's exactly where he's going. Dennis and Smart only leaves 2,700, so I can't do that. But Dennis or Smart.
Spam the submit button until Fanduel lets you do it. You have KD. You don't need another power forward.
You don't need nothing.
Dennis or Smart. Give me Schroeder over Smart.
Schroeder over Smart. And I think Ben gives us a little clarification. He meant Jalen Brown, I think, over Drew Holiday, right? Was that what we were looking at before?
Oh, over Tatum? I have to check them all. I don't have it in front of me. Obviously, I'm on camera, but I have to check the model. Literally, whenever you guys ask me questions, all I do is I have the model open and I just...
You gotta love it. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. All right, so Ghost, we're gonna let you go. Big Theo loves that I shave my balls. Thank you, Theo. We appreciate you. And this is a fun one. Just randomly ask Ghost about nut shaving and make sure to document it. Hey man, this is on YouTube.
Right.
It's really not all
because you guys, like, for those that, like, I don't know, I hope you end up watching every show, but Mike and I do so many shows together that I hear the speech every time, and it just kills me because he knows that it's coming and I'm gonna just be on mute for like a good couple minutes, and it's just hilarious then to see him.
It's my favorite part. I love the chat. I love talking with you, and I love talking about shaving my balls. Manscaped.com, promo code WIN DAILY. Last question. I'm gonna let Ghost get out of here. Do you like Sixth Man Sweet Lou?
That's tight.
Baby, that's tight.
If Kawhi gets ruled out, you're gonna see him skyrocket the projections, like in the middle, because they update past lock, right? Because we have light swap. We don't stop running it until after 10 p.m. because you guys can lead swap up until 10 p.m. Eastern time. So if Kawhi gets up and ends up getting ruled out, you're gonna see Lou Will end up skyrocketing. It's gonna be a pass for me. I just have so much invested in that Atlanta Brooklyn game that I can't really get there. And if I am, I'd rather just go up $200 to Tyler Hero.
Get Kevin Durant in your lineups, everybody. That is it from us today. We appreciate each and every one of you. Ghosts, I appreciate the heck out of you. Chat, thank you guys for hanging out with us. It makes it so much more fun when you do. Again, make sure to go to windailysports.com/chat. Get 7 free days in that expert Discord chat. So you get us, or looked like we were here for about an hour today. You can get us 24/7, and I promise you that. 7 days in that expert chat. $150 if you want the entire Win Daily Sports experience. All the articles, all the expert chat, and all those tasty models that have been crushing it in NFL, in MLB, in PGA. PGA is coming back next week. And obviously, in the NBA. $20 a month will make you much more money than that. Ghost Man, where can everyone find you on the internet?
DFS_Ghost and in the Win Daily Discord chat.
All day, every day. You can find me at Michael Brazil 1. You can find us at Win Daily Sports. Thank you to everyone that hung out with us, and we hope you make it a very profitable Wednesday night. Yeah, Wednesday night in the NBA.
Play Kevin Durant.
Play Kevin Durant.